So these are going to be the abbreviations that are used: AG, Attorney General; JD, Judicial District; CBOR, Consumer Bill of Rights. 202.12-A, Residential Foreclosures Settlement Conference. A, applicability. Residential foreclosures involving a home... this is applicable to residential foreclosures involving a home loan on a 1 to 4 family dwelling or condominium in which the defendant is a resident of the subject property. B, specialized RJI. At the time of filing the affidavit of service, plaintiff shall file a specialized RJI on a form by the fucking chief administrator, which shall include defendant's name, address, phone number, if available, email address, the name of the mortgage servicer, a request for a settlement conference. Upon the filing of the RJI, court shall send either the RJI or defendant's name, address, and if available, phone number to a housing counseling agency or agencies funded by New York State Office of AG's Homeowner Protection Program for the JD in which defendant resides, for the purpose of the agency informing defendant about free foreclosure prevention services and available options. In counties, as the fucking chief administrator shall direct, when the plaintiff fails to file an affidavit of service within 120 days, the county clerk shall provide the fucking chief administrator with the case name, index number, property address, and contact info of parties and attorneys. The administrator may take such further action as he deems fit with respect to such case or cases, including but not limited to placing a case on a delinquency calendar, providing case info to a housing counseling agency, or ordering a status conference. C, court shall promptly send to the parties a notice scheduling conference to be held within 60 days after the RJI is filed. The notice shall be mailed to all parties or the lawyers and shall include the mailing address of the property. Notice shall set forth the purpose of the conference, the requirements of CPLR 3408, and what info and papers to bring. The notice shall inform defendant that he must contact the court at least 7 days prior to the scheduled conference by telephone to notify the court if he will be able to attend the scheduled conference. So the rules in here, we have a 7-day rule, a 60-day rule, 1 to 4 family dwellings. The conference shall be held to conduct settlement discussions pertaining to the relative rights and obligations of the parties under the mortgage loan documents, including determining whether the parties could mutually agree to a resolution to help the defendant losing his or her home, and evaluating the potential for a resolution, modifying payment schedules or amounts. Workout options can be agreed to, including but not limited to loan modifications, short sales, and deeds in lieu of foreclosure, and any other loss mitigation options. Court can use a conference for whatever else it deems appropriate, and wherever appropriate, the court may allow the parties to appear telephonically or by video conference, and any representative appearing in the conference shall be fully authorized to dispose of the case as required by CPLR 3408 sub C. If the parties appear by counsel, such counsel must be fully authorized to dispose of the case. If the defendant appears at the conference without a counsel, the court shall treat the defendant as having made a motion to proceed as a poor person pursuant to 1101 and determine whether permission to so appear shall be granted. If the court appoints defendant counsel pursuant to 1102, it shall adjourn the conference to a date certain for appearance of counsel and settlement discussions, and shall otherwise proceed with the conference. If the parties appear by counsel, such counsel must be fully authorized to dispose of the case. If the defendant appears at the conference without a counsel, the court shall treat the defendant as having made a motion to proceed as a poor person pursuant to 1101 and determine whether permission to so appear shall be granted. If the court appoints defendant counsel pursuant to 1102, it shall adjourn the conference to a date certain for appearance of counsel and settlement discussions, and shall otherwise proceed with the conference. So just a date certain, no time rule in that part. The court shall adjourn for a date certain.